I first learned about glutathione about 15 years ago or longer in studying and anti-aging and going to nutritional meetings. I knew that glutathione was a very powerful, important antioxidant, but I didn't realize the versatility until I saw the power of IV glutathione, which was about 7 years ago. Glutathione is the most important antioxidant in the body. It's known as the master antioxidant and the master detoxifier. And it's important that we all optimize our level of glutathione. We just don't want to barely get by. We want the optimal level of glutathione because as the master detoxifier, people need to realize that when glutathiones become depleted or get low, we can effectively get rid of toxins, so we get a buildup of toxins. And we can no longer effectively protect ourselves against free radicals, which in turn causes disease. So that's why it's so critically important to keep our glutathione levels high. Also, it's critical for our immune system. It helps boost our energy levels. It protects our cells. Every cell and tissue in the body is protected by optimizing the glutathione level. And it needs to be reduced glutathione, not the oxidized glutathione. The oxidized glutathione is the glutathione that's used up. So by taking a supplement that boosts the glutathione, such as Cellgevity, it increases the glutathione level, and it increases that reduced form of glutathione, which can recycle all the other antioxidants, including itself. So it can be reused over and over again to quench free radicals, to repair damage to cells, to help put out free radical reactions, to detoxify the body, and all the tremendous functions that glutathione does. Some of the greatest effects I think that glutathione does is how it decreases inflammation. And inflammation is at the root of disease. What we've seen is that when you raise those glutathione levels, that it decreases inflammation significantly. And a study found that depletion of mitochondrial glutathione in liver cells led to an increase in the worst inflammatory mediator, which is nuclear factor kappa beta. It raised it 2 to 4-fold by depleting the glutathione in the liver cells. But also, by boosting glutathione, you lower tumor necrosis factor alpha, you lower C-reactive protein, and these other inflammatory markers. Glutathione is also the master detoxifier. And I talked a lot about this in my book, Toxic Relief, how it's the master detoxifier. It detoxifies heavy metals, and we all have heavy metals stored in our bodies, including mercury and cadmium and lead and arsenic and iron. Even just recently, you've heard on Oz about arsenic being in apples and apple juice. Well, we all are exposed to these, and we have these in our bodies, but the good news is that glutathione is the master detoxifier in the body. And the secret to its detoxification power lies in these sulfur groups or sulfhydryl groups. Now, sulfur is a smelly, sticky, stinky molecule that acts like flypaper trapping these toxins. So literally it binds to that mercury, the cadmium, the lead, the arsenic, and it pulls them out of the body. But also, besides heavy metals, it detoxifies solvents and chemicals and xenobiotics and pesticides, especially those powerful organophosphate pesticides, as well as herbicides and fungicides. And you see, we all have these pesticides in our systems, and they usually store in fatty tissues. Well, they've done studies on women's breasts, and they found that the pesticide DDT was 700 times higher in the breast tissue than in the blood. So we know that these pesticides store in fatty organs, such as the breasts in women and such as the prostate in men. So why don't we start detoxifying these metals? And one of the best ways to detoxify these metals is simply keeping our glutathione levels optimized. Now, also, what glutathione is able to do that's really neat that I didn't realize until just this past year was it also helps with radiation exposure. It minimizes the effects of radiation on the body, and it helps to protect the body from the effects of radiation. And people who've had chest x-rays or people who've had CT scans, PET scans, or even the fear of, a nuclear power plant meltdown and releasing tremendous radiation in the environment. Well, again, if your glutathione levels are optimized, it'll minimize the effect of that radiation on your body. So again, glutathione is the master detoxifier. It decreases inflammation. Another thing it does, it increases energy. And one of the most common complaints I hear in my practice is, Dr. Colbert, I'm exhausted. They come in saying they're just tired, they have no energy. And so what happens is in every cell in the body, we have these little energy factories called mitochondria. Fat cells may only have a few, like 2 to 5 or 10, whereas cardiovascular tissue, the muscle cells, the heart muscle cells, have about 2,000 to 2,500 per cell. Well, when the body produces energy, and the production of energy, like when you have a fire in a fireplace, you have smoke produced as a byproduct, but inside the cells and the energy factories in the mitochondria, when it produces energy, it gives off byproducts in the form of free radicals like hydroxyl radical or like peroxide. And so these free radicals can in turn damage the mitochondria and make it less effective in producing energy. But when you optimize glutathione, which is the most important intracellular antioxidant, you are quenching all of those free radicals and you are restoring the function of the mitochondria so it's able to optimize energy output. Now what's interesting is they've actually done biopsies on individuals. One was a 90-year-old man, and they found that 95% of his mitochondria were dysfunctional. 95%. Well, no wonder a 90-year-old man is so exhausted, is because his energy producing factories in his cells are not producing enough ATP, which is the energy currency. But it just so happened when they biopsied a 5-year-old boy, practically none of his mitochondria were dysfunctional. So that's what glutathione does. By optimizing glutathione levels, you're actually improving your body's ability to produce ATP, the energy currency in your body. But also, glutathione is important for the immune system. And as we get older, we develop immune senescence, which means our immune system just doesn't work as well. Well, in the aging of immune system, what happens is we start getting mutations in cells, and the body's not able to repair these mutations. And also, the cell many times doesn't lack the energy because the mitochondria are not functioning well because it doesn't have enough glutathione, so the cell cannot self-destruct. The tumor suppressor gene is not functioning well. So what glutathione does, it's able to improve immune function. One other thing that glutathione does, it slows down the aging process. Well, many centenarians, who are simply people who live to be over age 100, have glutathione levels similar to a 50-year-old. And that's what I think that Max is going to do for us. I think that Max is going to enable us to live to be 100 or longer. People think, oh, I can have high glutathione levels all my life by just eating regular food. Well, that's absolutely false. Because after 21, we lose approximately 1% glutathione per year after that, and exposure to toxins and even taking medications lowers our glutathione level. Well, a lot of people think that, as long as they eat a healthy diet, they can make, sufficient amounts of glutathione. That just isn't so. But realize when you cook any food, you destroy most of the glutathione in the food, as well as the vegetables. And so that's why most people don't have sufficient glutathione levels, especially as they're aging. Also, as we age, we're exposed to more toxins which deplete us of glutathione. We also have aging literally lowers glutathione. Infections lower glutathione. Inflammation lowers the glutathione. Pollution, lack of sleep, stress, degenerative disease, toxins. So all of these are literally pulling our glutathione levels lower. So we need some type of supplement. I am so excited about the new Cellgevity product with Max International because I believe is the premier anti-aging supplement, the best antioxidant and the best anti-inflammatory that I've ever seen. Now, what separates this from other antioxidants and other products is it has the ribosine technology that Dr. Nagasawa developed, which is a glutathione breakthrough. But also what we're seeing is we're seeing this synergistic blend of real powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, and such as the alpha-lipoic acid is helping to quench free radicals in fat and water-soluble compartments of the body, and it also recycles these antioxidants. And that what they've also added, which I'm really excited about, is the turmeric root extract, or the curcumin. Now, they just didn't put any curcumin in there. They put the highest quality curcumin that studies have shown in human studies that the curcuminoid absorption was about 29-fold higher compared to standardized curcumin. So it's the highest quality. Now, people say, well, what's the big idea with curcumin? What's so great about it? Curcumin is one of those nutraceuticals that have tremendous antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It has brain protective effects, as well as cardiovascular protection effects, and it also helps with preventing oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Another great ingredient that it contains is resveratrol, and resveratrol is a powerful antioxidant that gives us cardiovascular protection and helps with longevity. What it does, it actually stimulates that sirtuin-1 gene that is associated with longevity. The sirtuin-1 gene is extremely important in helping us to live to an old age and get there without being in a nursing home, but actually reach an elderly age and be healthy. Another key ingredient is the broccoli seed extract. Now, broccoli seed extract has this powerful phytonutrient called sulforaphane, which is really high in broccoli sprouts, and they've done studies out of Johns Hopkins on the power of broccoli sprouts and how high it is in this sulforaphane. But instead of having to take broccoli sprouts, it's in Cellgevity. This Cellgevity also contains the highest grade selenium, which is selenomethionine, and that helps with the production of glutathione peroxidase. It's selenium dependent. And it also has aloe extract, and aloe extract is important for the immune system, and it has powerful antioxidant functions. It also contains biopurine that actually helps with the absorption of the curcumin. It also helps with the absorption of the selenium and the vitamin C. This product also has cordyceps in it, and cordyceps helps with adrenal function, and it also helps in restoring energy. So again, here we have a supplement, Cellgevity, that I believe is the premier anti-aging supplement, the best antioxidant and the best anti-inflammatory that I've ever seen, as well as it's the best nutraceutical that I've ever come across. So I'm real excited to be able to start recommending this product.